Hey, what's up guys? Dr. M3 here. And today we're going to do a video that's maybe a little different from videos that we've done in the past. This video, if you were watching my live streams on Instagram yesterday, you would have seen I said I'm out vlogging. Go ahead and send me some questions that you want to address. So this video is all about you and your questions. Got a lot of traffic up ahead here. We're going to try to get through it. But it just reminds me that if you're not following me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, that you need to just go ahead and go do it, because you missed a lot of stuff that gets posted live as it happens. So head on over to Instagram and follow me there, okay? So the first question that I'm gonna answer for you today, let's kind of see what it is. Let's see. First question is, well, the cars I was out with today was a 2008 Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. I love that car. If you know me, you know I actually had a gray one, Grigio Telesto, that went to underground racing. Click the card above here if you want to see what that crazy video was like. It's still to this day the fastest car I've ever driven. But that was just so amazing. But this car is the ultimate outcome of that car, because it's the super light replacement, much like the Superleggera was the replacement, was a super lightweight version of the Gallardo back in 2008. The Performante is a lightweight, lots of carbon fiber version of the Huracan, so there's some similarities. So which is better? I think I like them both. I'm nostalgic of the Superleggera because it was my first exotic and it just sounds ridiculous. And it looks great, and it's got lots of carbon fiber. What's not to love about that car? On the other hand, this car is such an incredible, not even an evolution, because you can't even call this car an evolution, because it's been so incredibly tuned. It's generations ahead of the Superleggera. And just overall, the gearbox, the suspension, just everything about this car is so much more put together. That's a single clutch. This is dual clutch. They both have big wings, but this is a functional big wing. Just so many things that make it a complete departure from one from the other. But having said that, I love that car. I'm very nostalgic of the 2008 Superleggera, so I love it. So I can't say anything bad about that car. The next question is, let's see what the next question is. Let's see, it is, when you get the SVJ, will you sell the 50th anniversary? The answer to that is unequivocally no. The 50th anniversary car is very special to me in Verde Ithaca. I call it the Avenger. Call it the Avenger for a specific reason. That car, they made 100 of them worldwide. They shipped 24 Roadsters, 28 coupes, 24 Roadsters to the US. Guess what? That car is super special. There are only 2 green Roadsters, one Verde Singh belonging to my partner, my good friend, Chris Singh. He subsequently sold that car. And my car, which is Verde Ithaca. There is no way on earth, in hell, am I going to get rid, oh my God, of Avenger, of the 50th anniversary car. So I'll be adding this Aventador to that collection. As you know, I'm building a collection of these cars, so I'm keeping it. That was a great question though, but the Avenger stays in the family. Let's see. Somebody asked, why are you getting an SVJ? You have enough Lamborghinis. Why not a Ferrari or McLaren or another rival? This is a great question. So if you followed me a while on the channel, you know I actually had a Ferrari. I had a 458 Italia. I love that car. I loved it. I kind of miss it. But I don't miss the replacement, the 488 GTB, the forced induction. There are only a couple of Ferraris that I really, really like anyway. The F40, the the 288 GTO, the 599 GTO, all naturally aspirated cars. I just do. But Ferrari has this attitude that, you know, the pleasure is yours that we allow you to buy one of our cars. There's a certain snobbery that doesn't quite go. But talk about anti-snobbery. Take a listen to this. Tunnel! I can't help it. Oh, that's pretty good. Would you just listen to it? All right, I gotta shut up so you can listen. Oh my God. It is just such a fun and crazy car. I mean, how could you... Oh, this is going to be crazy. My face is going to get really bright just about now. How could you not love this car? I mean... Oh, and where this car shines... Oh, this turn here. Oh, get the apex doctor. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh my God, such a good. Oh, it sticks like mad. So the point I was making about Ferrari is that it's all about them. It's not about you. You're just lucky they allow you to buy their cars. That's not my kind of attitude. McLaren, I love McLarens. They're super fast. They're great. They have gremlins, as actually all exotics do, but they just have a abnormal amount of gremlins, if you know what I mean. The cars are fast, but they kind of lack a certain amount of soul to them. And anybody who's driven a McLaren will probably understand this. They're crazy fast, it's performance, but they just don't... And the 720S is super, super fast. It's crazy. I love how fast that car is. But it's missing something. I can say that the 570, 675 LT is amazing, and the P1, they have more soul. But those are the Ultimate Series. I'm sure the Senna is going to be the same way. Speaking of which, one of the other questions was Lamborghini Senna or Centenario. I'm going to say Centenario, and I'll tell you why. Not because I'm a Lambo guy. I think the Senna is awesome. It's crazy. It looks good. I know the performance. I've seen the reviews. Maddening. The design, not so much. And I know that's form follows function, but not so good looking to me. There's a bunch of ugly ducklings that McLaren has designed recently. And again, you know, just my opinion. But better yet, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on the Centenario versus Senna? Comment below and tell me what you think, because it's not just a conversation about me and by me, it's a conversation us, okay? All right, so next question. Let's see what our next question is. Oh, when are you coming back to South Florida? Soon. There's actually an event, I think, in if I'm not mistaken, the event is in October, late October. I'm going to come down. It's an Ocala event, so I'm going to try to come down for that. I'll bring Performante probably, and I spend some time with you guys. So late October, I think, is when I'm going to be back. Let's see. Next question. Would you ever get a Rolls Royce or Bentley? The answer to that question is probably when I'm much older and I want to sit in the back and I don't want to drive anymore, and maybe I'm in a wheelchair or something. I love to drive. And I think the Mulsanne is the perfect example of this. I sat in the new one at Pebble Beach. The car is incredible. It is a condo on wheels. I mean, it's got everything, but you're probably best sitting in the back. The Bentley Continental GT is a super sport, fast cars. So, you know, they have some fast cars that are sports cars. I'm not into them as much, but they're great cars and I certainly can appreciate them. Next question. How has your engagement in the car community enriched your life from a soulful perspective? This is such a great question. It's a deep question. I probably need to make a video just around this. But here's a quick answer. I do these videos because of you. I enjoy doing them. I love the engagement. You know, there are people that have inspired me to do better and to grow, to be honest. And I've had people who've told me what I could and could not achieve, could not accomplish, and I didn't listen to them. And I had people who made me want to do better and want to grow and aspire. And if I can inspire even one of you to be the best you can be, and not listen to the crowd, because there are a lot of negative voices. There are a lot of naysayers out there, and it's easy to sort of internalize that, incorporate it, and then not actually achieve your dreams. And I want you to not do that. And if I can, as one voice, demonstrate to you that, and encourage you to do it, and not listen to those negative voices, then I have accomplished my goal. And so that is my goal to you, is to make sure that every one of you lives up to your potential. Okay, so, you know, so that's what I get from this. I get the satisfaction of helping, you know, fellow car enthusiasts actually achieve their goal, have fun, and, you know, get there. And so that for me is pretty gratifying. It's kind of paying for it because others have done things for me as well. So that's the reason why I like this car community engagement. Somebody asked about the two cars, which sounds better. I think the Performante sounds better. It's just a more dialed in car. It's louder. It's got just a lot more going on with it. What am I passionate about cars? Great question. What am I passionate about cars? I am passionate about anything automotive. If it's got an engine and it's got four wheels, I don't know about motorcycles as much, but if it's got four wheels, I'm all about it. And if you've got it at the show and you see me and you want to tell me about your car, come and tell me. I'm not all about exotics. I love all kinds of cars. My favorite car, one of my favorite cars to this day, is a Mark V R32, Volkswagen R32. Yeah, I love that car. In fact, if any of you guys have an R32 for sale that's unmolested and doesn't have crazy amount of miles, let me know, because you could be my new best friend. All right, let's see what else we've got. How does it feel to drive a Lambo? Oh my God. Listen, I can't stop driving this car. I'll have to tell you, it is absolutely incredible. And all you've got to do, if you've never driven one and you think you'll never get a chance to drive one, that's not true. There are programs out there like Extreme Experience. I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can go check them out. You'll get to drive any number of exotic cars or sports cars on a racetrack at that, and really get to experience what it's like. So that's something you don't want to pass up. And so since you have an opportunity to do that, it will just blow your mind. It will give you a new perspective on why exotics and what is it, why am I so passionate about cars? Because it really is a passion, and it's a disease, and once you get it, there's no cure, and you don't want a cure. You don't want to ask for a cure, frankly. All right, another question is, did you sell the Red Storm? Yeah, I have the feels. I did sell the Red Storm, and it kind of sucks because I missed that car. That car was so much fun. It was such a great car, and it was such an amazing car coming from the Gallardo to this car. Yeah, I miss that car. I'm gonna put a card above in one of my favorite videos I made with a good buddy of mine, Ignition Tube, about that car, because I love it. But you know, time moves on. It's not one of those cars that was going to stay in the collection. I knew that a long time ago. But anyway, how do you determine how much to buy a car in relations to the income regardless of down payment? That's actually a good question. So let me say this, because I don't want this video to go too long. Bottom line is this, right? They always say at most 50% of your income to rent. Actually, it should be more like 25 to 30, but depending on where you live, that might be what you're dealing with, right? Another 25 to 30, 35% of your income may be spent on your car and car insurance and so on. And then, you know, another, I don't know, third or so on living expenses and that sort of stuff. But here's the key, and here's what I don't want you to do. I've heard people like, oh, you know, the first big paycheck I'm gonna get, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy my dream sports car. Wrong. Not the right thing to do. In fact, I'd rather see you take that money and you buy a house or a condo or something that's not going to be a depreciating asset, because chances are every car that you're likely to buy, unless it's a halo car, is going to be something that's a depreciating asset and you're losing money on it. Remember, a house can help get you a car, or a condo can help get you a car, but you are not likely to be able to use a car to buy a house. Remember that. So just keep that in mind and don't do that, okay? Well, you know what? Actually, it's not a question. It's actually more of a comment from Jay Baker, which is awesome. It actually made me smile and reminded me, again, why I do videos like this. Jay Baker's comment is this. He goes, just wanted to say, you're an underrated, awesome YouTuber. Love your content. Jay Baker, thanks, man. That is so awesome. It's comments like that and feedback from people like you that, again, remind me why I do this and why I love this so much. And, you know, what can I say? I thank you so much for your support. Guys, the next two videos, one's going to be my conversation about the SVJ, and the other one is asking you to help me configure it. What's the combination? What it should look like? I honestly, at this point, don't know. So I'm looking to you to help me figure it out. So go ahead and click those videos, watch them. Be sure to go ahead and follow me and subscribe to me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and turn notification on YouTube so you get these videos as soon as I release them. Once again, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, and keep on motoring. Ciao.